I am so sorry.
Yeah, okay. Hi, I'm new to Dayton. This is my first time doing any poetry here. I used to do poetry in Columbus as time allowed. And actually tonight I'm doing some spoken word about my polyamory rules in regards to a breakup I just went through, and this is the first time I've spoken some of this out loud.
Woo!
Yeah!
Boundaries are important.
Thank you. When you are my partner and we are having sex, it comes with some boundaries. You don't lie to me. You do respect me and my existing relationships. But these aren't enough, so I've had to spell it out with a few simple things. First, you tell me before you're having sex with people you are not already having sex with, and then you tell me if it actually happened. And sex here, to be clear, is defined as anything penetrative or the exchanging of fluids. It's not fooling around. This is important and imperative because I use this information to consent when I am having sex with you. And I use this information to protect myself and the others in our polycule. Number 2, you stay on top of any STI testing for yourself and you see recent results from new partners and you use barriers with these new sex partners, or you see these results. Simple. Number 3 is you're showering before intimacy with me after you've had intimacy with others. Number 4, and the simplicity remains, is you change the sheets before I sleep in that bed and before intimacy with me after intimacy with others. Number 5 is we have a conversation before you introduce new partners to the public home. Number 6 is you give me a heads up if there's relationship changes. Number 7 is there's no shared toys before conversation and you use barriers on them. And I'll get back to this one in a minute, but number 8 is you don't have sex on my twin mattress. You would think that some of these are obvious, but you've not met one of my exes. As this most recent ex claims, from 1 through 8, it's the theft of body autonomy, and I will never comprehend this. If you choose to pursue a sexual relationship with me, then we've had this conversation and you've consented to this communication. My ex failed to comprehend this, and they're an ex for many reasons, but this takes the front of the stage, as the true theft here was my body autonomy when my ex agreed to these boundaries with the intent to break them, got caught, and played the victim. When you agree to adhere to my boundaries and you break it by failure, apparently repeatedly, to communicate this, you take away my ability to consent, each time for months of lies. And number 8, to get back to that, it was my failure to communicate. Before this ex, I had left a different ex, and before I left them, I left the old king-size bed that had much baggage attached. I chose to let that king bed, and I worked hard, or I chose to let that king bed go, and I worked hard to get my first bed ever purchased by me, with the help of a friend. I know it's just a twin bed, but it was mine. It was the first brand new bed I'd had without baggage, and it represented the work that I've done to get out of that baggage and to get out of those situations. And in a way, it's a representation of me, and now it has been sullied. And no amount of other people's actions can take away the work that I have done to get where I am today and standing here before you, but this feels like a deep act of betrayal. Except I never explicitly said no sex on my twin bed, so now I have to. We just put in that room is for the kids, and I assumed it was obvious, and that's my bad. The rest is on you. And the real baggage is my ex, and I'm not done tracking it. I've left it here exposed, and I'm leaving it on this stage as I release it, and the relief and the peace that I feel forever after will carry me forward in the fields of green flags.